Hey guys, this is Charles Blair, the Mad Scientist, and we will be going live shortly with the actual Q&A session. And of course, we're already live right now, but we will be taking your questions on what's going on right now, real estate investing, marketing, virtual assistants, transaction engineering, and systems and automation. So we will be doing that shortly. Just stay tuned. Give me about 2 or 3 minutes. I'm making sure all the networks are up. Davis, thank you for being live on Instagram. Sherry, thank you for being live on Instagram. Get those questions ready. I'm going to answer all of your real estate questions this morning regarding investing, marketing, being virtual assistants, working with virtual assistants, transaction engineering, systems and automation, you name it. I got the answer for those questions that you have today. So I definitely want you guys to basically get those notepads ready, get those computer screens ready, because I am going live right now and we will be broadcasting shortly with all your answers as we move forward. All my people on Facebook, thank you. Paulette, thank you for being there. Nicole, commercial debonair queen. Thank you, Nicole, for being on the broadcast. Paulette, thank you for being on the broadcast. Already got some questions coming in right now on YouTube. Let's see what we got coming in. I'm going push it up and let's see where we're at on the tube. And look like we are streaming live on the tube as well. Thank you, everybody. I am really feeling what's going on right now in the network. So, the key to this presentation, the key to everything that we are doing today is all about you and your present issues. I want to know what questions you have. I want to know what issues you're having. I want to know, is there anything that you have not heard mentioned before on your different live streams? Everything involving the business. And it doesn't have to just be real estate and business. It could be if you're a solopreneur and you're doing another type of business. If it has anything to do with marketing. If you have anything to do with working with virtual assistants, systems and automation. We're going to get those questions answered today. Now, first thing first, I want to know, can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, put it in the actual comment section. Mad Scientist, I hear you loud and clear. Yes, we can hear you. All that good stuff. I want to know if you can hear me right now. Okay, my people on Facebook, you're hearing me? Good. Thank you. My people on YouTube, I see you can hear me. My people on Instagram, you're saying you can hear me. That's excellent. Thank you so much. Emmett, good morning, my friend. Nicole, thank you. Paulette, thank you. See what else we got. My people in Real Deal Meetup, thank you. Sherry says, a request to be in your live video. Thank you. I appreciate it, Sherry. See who else. Let's go down a little bit further. I hope you guys are staying safe, sheltering in, all that good stuff, because this COVID-19 stuff ain't no joke, guys. It ain't no joke. Seriously. See my people on YouTube, thank you very much. Now, thank you, Dee. Glad you're on the broadcast. We will be starting in a minute. WPB Network, thank you for being on the broadcast. Get those questions ready. We will be answering them very shortly. Man, we are already filling up. Thank you for sharing the video, Brother D. I appreciate that, my brother. Very short. My people on YouTube, thank you very much. Okay. Let's see where we are here. Excellent. Lolita likes the video. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We are about to answer all your questions. If you can hear me, I need to know that you can hear me. Hit me up. Give me a yes, I can hear you, Mad Scientist. You are on. Sound is good. Video is good. All that good stuff. Thank you, Big Brother, for all the questions you have, my friend. Thank you, Lolita, for all the questions you have. Absolutely. Thank you, Tony. Nicole says, hear you. Nicole, great question. We will be getting to your questions in 1 minute. Put those questions out there. I want to hear them all. Brother D, my man, how you doing? I know you was crushing it out there. Let me know what you're doing out there right now, Brother D. All my Facebook peeps. All my YouTube peeps. All my Instagram peeps. Shari, put that question out there. If you have a question, let me see it. Okay. If you guys ready to get started, let me hear. Put in the comment section. Mad Scientist. Okay, that's enough with the chitter chatter. Let's get started. I want to hear in the comment section, Mad Scientist, let's get started. Ulysses, thank you for watching, my friend. Greatly appreciated. Good morning, Lolita. I love your broadcast you be doing. Grand, fantastic podcast you got there. This is all about you this morning. Ron Taylor, thank you for being there. Ricky wants to say, let's get started. Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, Tony. John, Carlos, Reggie, Jay, thank you for being on the broadcast. Okay, it's good enough. We're good. We're good. We're packed right now. So let's go ahead and get this party started. Now, the purpose of this broadcast is all about you. I want to get all of your questions, everything that you guys are doing right now. I want to know what you're doing. I'm also going to cover a lot of the questions that I get asked on a daily basis, as well as the questions that you have right now, because I think it's very relevant to what's going on in this market. Not to mention what's going on in my market, but what's going on in different markets all around the country. For most of you, you already know my wife and I, Tammy Blair, are full-time real estate investors. We are currently investing in 6 markets. Our main area that we invest in, what I call my hometown, is the DMV, in the house. And this is where I was born and raised. Of course, Baltimore, Maryland. And we currently reside in Owens Mills. So, the key to when we do these live broadcasts is energy. I'm an energy kind of guy. I love it when you guys give me your energy, your questions, when it comes in the form of questions. So the more questions, the merrier. There is no questions that will be off limit. I'm going to cover everything, not just real estate investing. It can be about entrepreneurship. It can be about marketing. It can be about systems and automation. It can be about cold calling. It can be any strategy, system, or tool that you are using or wanting to use. The great part about the system that I'm using right now, I use what we call Restream along with OBS dashboard. I'm able to bring in websites. I'm able to bring in slides. I'm able to bring in all kinds of additions to make this presentation or this event as informative as possible. So if you have any questions, I can bring up a website and show you what's going on with that actual tool or system. I can bring up different things and give you guys as much detailed information as you need. This will not be just like your Enio type of live event. This is going to be truly interactive with you as well. My first question. Let me see. Let me pull it off the air. It came from, and I just saw it here a second ago. Let's see. That's that channel. It's that one. First question is, what is a transaction engineer? Now, I have to admit, that is a very good question. Transaction engineer is a strategy that was taught to me years ago. Really, it's not a strategy. It's a concept. It's a way of being. And my mentor at the time, Mr. Jack Miller, and some other mentors ever since from that point forward, Peter Fortunato, Jack Shea, and Jimmy Napier, and so on, talked about the concept of being a transaction engineer, which is this: having the ability to take any kind of deal and figure out a profit center from that deal, whether you have mastered that strategy or you shift to the table of pulling that strategy over to someone else and they are paying you for the ability to get that lead and so on. So that's what a transaction engineer is. In plain, simple terms, it's the ability to make money on any kind of deal that comes across your table with various marketing strategies. Big Brother asks, is RVM and SMS good marketing strategies? Yes. RVM, for those of you who don't know, is ringless voice messaging, and SMS, of course, is text messaging. Now, the way that we've done it and the way that we are finding success, we do what's called a 5-touch process. That 5-touch process consists of, first of all, cold call. Then we also will throw in an RVM. Also, we'll throw in a SMS text. Also, we'll throw in a direct mail piece. And last but not least, an email. So that's what we call 5 touches to each and every person that we think is a motivated, and that's the key, motivated seller. We don't do every lead with 5 touches. Almost every lead gets 3 of those 5 touches. But when we have a highly motivated person, we do those 5 touches. So absolutely, Big Brother, RVMs is a great strategy that you can execute. Should I say it's a great approach for marketing, getting that phone to ring, getting individuals to call you. But that should not be the only thing you're doing. Nicole wants to know, what strategies do you think may be the most used right now? Now, Nicole, I know you are extremely deep into the commercial realm. You have hundreds of properties commercial wise. And for us in the residential side as well as commercial side, it's going to always be, the strategies don't change. I'm going to tell you that right now. The strategies will always remain the same. What changes is the techniques or the tools that you use to execute the strategies. So in other words, the key basis for everything we do in investing revolves around motivated sellers. It's obvious. That's what everything in our business revolves around, the motivated seller. And when we have a motivated seller, we have a situation that is perfect for creating the perfect storm. So motivated sellers for us that are working right now are, of course, individuals that are in probate. We are also dealing with individuals that have gone into a pre-foreclosure status. Those are individuals that are also motivated. We're going through situations where a person is going through divorce. Those are motivated status we're dealing with. Person that's going through a tax sale foreclosure and the threatening of a tax sale foreclosure. Those are another motivated situations. Individuals that are filing eviction on tenants. Right there are 5 motivated situations that we like. And you notice one of the things that's missing off of that list, a vacant property. Now, for us, a vacant property doesn't necessarily mean motivation. So that vacant property has to have some things in place for it to work for us, to put that in the motivation category. For example, a vacant property that has a lot of equity and that property is also in foreclosure. That's what we call a motivated person. person. So think in terms of motivation as the people or individuals that need, I'm going to say it again, the people or individuals that need to sell because of an incoming emergency or problem that needs to be resolved. And if you don't have that in your situation, that, my friend, is what's going to waste your time. So always try to bring those people into your funnel that need to sell, that is going through some type of motivational situation. Let's see. Thank you. Emmett, thank you for being here. Bishop Anderson, love you, man. Thank you for being on the broadcast. Morning. Also, Tammy's here as well. Z, thank you for being on the broadcast. Good morning to you, my friend. Phyllis, thank you for being on the broadcast. Big brother, thank you. Frank Doritis, thank you. Let's get started, Mad Scientists. Definitely already have gotten started. And we are here for you on my YouTube, on my Instagram. Jay, thank you for being on the broadcast. Daisy, thank you for being on the broadcast. Sherry, thank you for being on the broadcast. Next question comes from Ray. What is your favorite areas to invest in? Now, like I said, we're in 6 different markets. So I'm going to give you my main market, which is Maryland. I like the following zip codes in Baltimore City. Now you can take them down. These are always what I call bread and butter neighborhoods, where I know that if I get a deal in any of these zip codes, I'm going to be able to wholesale, I'm going to be able to rehab, I'm going to be able to rent. And this is 6 of my favorite zip codes. 21206, 21214, 21234, 21207, 21229, 21239. Those are 6 of my favorite zip codes. It's not all of them, but it's 6 of my favorite zip codes. Now, what I call bread and butter neighborhoods, I'm talking about neighborhoods that's in the price range of $150 to $250. And that's what we call the medium price range, Baltimore City, Baltimore County, townhouses, single family houses. Those areas you could wholesale, rehab, buy and hold all day long, get them off the market, get them out there, and buyers will buy them all day long. So I love those zip codes. This is a question for everybody out there. What are some of your favorite zip codes? I want each of you to share with the community at least one zip code that you like to invest in, and exactly what strategy are you executing in that zip code? Is it wholesaling? Is it rehabbing? Is it buy and holding? Is it transaction engineering? I want you guys to give me one zip code. I'm going to hold up on the next question. Just give me one zip code. Good. Ulysses, great question, Ulysses. Great question. Pop out those zip codes. Let me know what zip codes you guys like. Give me at least one zip code. I want to hear from you. And I'm not going to move forward till I get at least one zip code. Lolita, 76133, wholesale and flip and buy. Excellent. Lolita, what city or county is that? Adrian, 21206. Adrian, I love 06 as well. The medium price point in that area is definitely 150 to 250 with single family houses on up. So I love that zip code as well. Big brother, 20016. What area of the country is that? Let me know what city or state is that. 20743, wholesale. Excellent. Wholesaling. I got a lot of wholesalers in here. Where my rehabbers at? Capitol Heights. Okay. Next question. I believe this is Ulysses. Let's see. It says, hi Charles, if you just started in real estate game, but you knew what you know now, what would you do if you was just getting started and your budget was very low? I love that question because it gives me an opportunity to just basically spill my guts. Because if I had to take the 30 years of experience that I have right now from doing the business and the 30 years experience I have working with my mentoring students and my consulting clients, I'll tell you right now. One, first thing I would do if I just got started in the business, and this is very simple, and I'm going to give you a couple of free things that you can do and a couple of low-cost things you can do. The first thing I would do is, first of all, determine what do I need real estate investing to do for me. And here's what I mean by that. You should not be doing a strategy that is not going to benefit where you are having issues at right now. Now, here's what I mean by that. If you need quick money, the strategy you should be doing should be a strategy that's going to generate quick money. If you need large lump sums of income, the strategy that you should be studying is a strategy that should generate large lump sums of income. If you're looking to build generational wealth, the strategy you should do is a strategy that should do that. If you want passive income, the strategy that you should master should be a strategy that should do that. So the key isn't which strategy or what I would start off with. I would look at what my immediate need is. What do I need real estate to do for me? And based on what I need real estate to do for me, that's going to dictate what strategy I start off with. Now that I've had the strategy selected, now it's time to basically build out my team, because each strategy requires team members. You notice I didn't say you should have an LLC started. You notice I didn't say that. You should have an entity started. I'm not one of the guys that believe that the first thing you should do is create an entity. I'm the guy that believes that when you first start this business, the majority of your money should be on marketing. That's where the majority needs to be spent at when you're first starting in this business. So every dime that you can spend it towards marketing. When you start generating income, then you can go ahead and decide on your business entity and so on. So now you have your decision as to what you want to do. You have to have your team members in place. Like I said, each strategy requires different team members. For example, wholesaling, you need to have your a tool in place where you can either pull comps, or a real estate agent is part of your team to pull comps. You need to have a title company in place, and you need to have the ability to estimate repairs or contractors on your team to get you estimate of repairs. Those three members you need on your team to do wholesaling. So think in terms of your team members. If you're a buy and hold investor, you have a certain amount of team members. If you're a rehabber, you have a certain amount of team members. All of those team members should be in place before you start doing deal one. Now, you have your team members in place. The next thing you should do is build out your day, your week, your month. Now, I'm already taking into account you have education already. I'm already taking into account you are somewhat knowledgeable in the business. So you should be building out your calendar by using the free tool, Google Tool Suite. The Google Suite you can use in order to build your calendar out of exactly what you're doing each and every day of the week. You should have that directly in front of you. Right now, I should be able to say, oh, at this time right now, 9:30, I'm supposed to be pulling my list from PropStream to do this. Oh, at 10 o'clock, I should be doing cold calling. Oh, at 10:30, I should be doing ringless voice message drop. Oh, at 11 o'clock, I should be doing text message marketing. These are the things that you need to have laid out, because the key to success in real estate is consistency. If you put a consistent marketing plan in place with consistent actions action plus offers will equal profit. That's the key to success in this business. It's not all the tools. It's not all the systems. It's action plus offers equal profit. It's that simple. I have taught that to my people at my meetup groups for years. For years. I was right there in the same situation as you were. Beginning, just starting, not knowing what to do, how to do it, and so on. Until I put together a plan of attack and I consistently executed that plan, my results was nowhere. So that's what you have to do. Once you put together that plan, now I'm going to give you your marketing plan right now. Here's your marketing plan. And this marketing plan I'm going to give you, you can literally do with just $200 a month. That's right. I'm going to give you a plan that you can execute for $200 a month. Now, if you want to hear it, if you really want to hear a marketing plan that you can execute for $200 a month, I need to see in the comment section, you say, I want to hear it. I want it. I want it, Mad Scientist. Tell me, Mad Scientist, give it to me. Put it in the comment section right now. And when I see it, I'm going to give it to you. I'm waiting for it. Put it in the comment section. I want to hear that $200 marketing plan. I want it. All right. That's right. I'm going to give it to you. There you go. I like the hearts. I like the likes. Questions answered. Absolutely. I want to hear it. Mad Scientist. Kevin, definitely. Love it. Gwen, thank you. Mr. D's, thank you. Tracy, thank you. Big Brother, thank you. All my people on Instagram, thank you. Aaron, thank you, my brother. Mr. Lee. Okay. $200 marketing plan. Write this down. Now, the key to your plan is going to incorporate free and is incorporate a $200 marketing budget. Now, in regards to a free system, and this is for all the counties around Maryland, D.C., Virginia, and around the country, we have a site called Judicial Case Search. Now, there's also the same type of site in other cities and other states around the country. But Judicial Case Search is for the Maryland, the DMV area. And in Judicial Case Search, you could pull up all the properties that's in Maryland that's going through some type of judicial action. Once again, doesn't matter that you may not have a Judicial Case Search site named that in New York or California. There's going to be some variation of this site everywhere, because in all types of district court hearings and district court filings, it has to be made public. So I'm positive you have your own version of Judicial Case Search in your city or state. So in Maryland, you can go into Judicial Case Search and you can pull up all the court cases where you have somebody a landlord filing for eviction, where you have a landlord filing for pre-foreclosure, where you have someone going through divorce, where you have someone getting a lien on their property, where you have someone going through tax sale foreclosure. Those are 5 different leads right there that is free, that are highly motivated, that you can add as part of what you're going to be doing every day, every week, pulling these leads from Judicial Case Search. That's a free tool. We haven't even jumped into your actual $200 budget yet. So write that down. Finding a site like Judicial Case Search and pull these 5 motivated leads I just mentioned. Number 1. Number 2, you're going to sign up for what's called Mojo Skip Tracing. Now, Mojo Skip Tracing only costs $40 a month. But for $40 a month, you can do unlimited skip tracing. I'm going to say it again. This is good. This is good. I love this one. For $40 a month, using Mojo skip tracing, you can pull unlimited skip traces. Some of them have email address and phone numbers on most of them. And the good part about it, the accuracy rate with Mojo skip tracing is over 70% for $40 a month. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of gurus won't tell you this because they got all these relationships with this skip tracing service and this skip tracing service, and they want you to pay an arm and a leg for it. All I want you to do is take unfiltered information. Everything I give you, I put out to you. If I have a relationship with that service, I'm going to tell you. But I'm going to give you what I think is the best, regardless. So definitely, Mojo skip tracing, $40 a month. Now, that's two things. Now you're able to do all the skip tracing for all your leads in judicial case search. And you're able to do all the skip tracing for all your leads, period. And that's just two of the tools that I'm going to give you right now. Number 3, you know I love PropStream. I love PropStream. I'm going to tell you right now, I love PropStream. Now, because I love PropStream, you should be really looking at this tool. We've gotten a boatload of leads using this PropStream. My mastermind students, my consulting clients have gotten a boatload of leads using PropStream. And absolutely, you should be using PropStream. Now, I have an affiliate account. This one I do have an affiliate relationship with. In other words, if you sign up for it, they'll give me a little something every time you sign up for it. So my user account URL is madpropertydeals.com. MAD propertydeals.com. So definitely check out PropStream, and putting this in your $200 a month marketing budget, PropStream is only $97 a month. So if you spent $40 already with your Mojo sales, with your Mojo skip tracing account, and you already spent $97, you're only at $145, $150, and you already have somewhere around thousands of leads that you're able to pull each and every month. Last but not least, you only have $50 left. And with my last $50, I only have, remember, this is a marketing plan that you can do with $200 and pull a boatload of motivated seller leads. My last $50, I would spend on Deal Machine. I love Deal Machine. We have a Deal Machine account where it's an enterprise account. My account in Deal Machine is a lot more than $49 a month. But your account would only be $49 a month. And you can use that for your driving for dollars. I think driving for dollars is a great guerrilla marketing strategy. I don't call it a highly motivated strategy, but when you stack the actual driving for dollars on top of pre-foreclosure and you stack it on top of other strategies, now you have something that you can kick around and make some money with. I think driving for dollars will always be a pertinent strategy. I just don't consider it as an only strategy. So those 4 things, I just gave you 4. Those 4 things equal $200 a month will equal action plus offers equal profit. Now it's all up to you to put together the marketing plan to execute all of those things I just gave you, those 4 things I just gave you to start generating deals. And you will if you consistently put it into action. That's all I'm asking from you is consistency. Great question. Great question. Let's see. Give me some more questions, guys. Let's see what else we got there. One of the questions from Kevin asks, would it be better to market in urban areas as opposed to suburban, fix and flip, and wholesale strategies? Well, when you say urban, are you talking about areas of high density as opposed to as opposed to areas of low density, meaning households? I would always say yes, but it will also be based on it depends. And here's the reason why. Absolutely, it'd be better to be in an area where you have a lot of action, where you have a lot of residents, you have a lot of individuals there. There are opportunities, sellers, buyers, and renters, and so on. So yes, absolutely, it would be better. But remember, it doesn't necessarily mean all the time. So if I was to say, would I start off dealing with areas of high density? Yes, absolutely. But you're going to have some situations where you'll come across properties where it's in the suburbs, and there's going to be situations where it's going to be great deals. So in those types of situations, you can do them or you can transaction engineer them. It's up to you depending on how you want to profit from that deal. So absolutely, yes, high density areas is a must. Next question. Let's see. Drop that bad scientist. Let's see what else we got. Good. Let's check over here. Adrian says we need a class to work it through. I got you covered, Adrian. Don't worry. Always got you guys covered. You know that. Marketing plan. Thank you. RVM. The text got that. Answered that question already. Let's see. What is the best lead source for motivated leads? Reggie, I think I've answered that one. Definitely got to be motivation. I gave 6 lead sources. Hit me offline and I'll basically send them to you again, or you can watch the replay of this video. What is your cold calling script? Well, actually, I have 6 different cold calling scripts, and that one's from Robin. What is my cold calling script? I really have 6 different ones. And if you guys would like a copy of my cold calling script, do me a favor. Just basically leave a comment in the comment section wherever you're watching this at. Leave a comment in that comment section, and I will send you over my cold calling script. It's actually 6 of them. And I'll also send you over my RVM script if you want them. So just leave a comment down below in the comment section, and I'll get those scripts over to you if you would like them. But my scripts are very fluent. It gives the actual person who's using them the actual verbiage that they should use. Just remember this, and this is something is very important. When you're using a script, it's not meant to be verbatim. You should not use every word on a script verbatim. It's meant for you to build a fluid conversation around those words. So if I'm using the word like transaction engineer, and you may use the word real estate investor, you're going to feel comfortable using the word real estate investor as opposed to using the word transaction engineer that I'm used to using. So it's meant for you to fill in those words with your personality, with your cadence, with your style, with your ability to negotiate. So that's the key to a script. Yes, you can have that script laid out so that it can be a guide for you. But a script is nothing more than a guide of how the conversation or the questions that you need answered. Everything else should be fluent. Because the key to you getting that deal when using a script is all about rapport. If you bring rapport into the conversation, you will close more deals. Even in this situation. And be cognizant of what's going on. Be cognizant of that individual on the other end of that phone. My Instagram people. Daddy, thank you for being on the call. Jeanette, thank you for being on the call. Aaron, thank you for being on Instagram, my man. I greatly appreciate it. Big brother, thank you. Question is, can you pull probate offline in the state of Maryland? Can you pull probate offline in the state of Maryland? Not anymore. The way you have to get probate right now in Maryland, because let's put it like this. In Baltimore City, you can. In Towson, you can. In PG, you can. And Baltimore City, they no longer are allowing you to pull probate from the courthouse. You can do it by piecing it together from the source called the Daily Record, and then using the Daily Record as a way to find out if there's real estate by going to SDAT to see if there's real estate in the estate of that person that's in probate from the Daily Record. So yes, you can do it that way from the obituary section as well. You can do it that way. But you're unable to go straight to the courthouse and pull it like we used to in Baltimore City. Let's see. What other questions do I have here? Keep them coming, guys. I love the questions. I like a copy. Don't worry, I got you covered. You will be getting a copy. Script. No problem. Have you guys already registered to my new workshop I'm going to be putting on probably next week sometime on my Facebook page and my Facebook account, where I'm going to be talking about how to do YouTube marketing, your business with YouTube. If you have not, you need to head over to the Real Deal Meetup Facebook group, and you need to head on over to my profile on Facebook page. I have a video over there, or should I say I have an image over there that's going to allow you to leave a comment and get early notification when I put together, or when I finish putting together my YouTube workshop to show you how to dominate YouTube, how to dominate your competition with videos, the whole 9 yards, SEO, optimization of videos, and so on, what tools, how to run your business using video as a main catalyst. That's going to be a workshop that I'll be putting together soon. So definitely head on over to my Facebook page, my profile page in the Real Deal Meetup Facebook group as well. You can enter there to be on that notification list. Don't forget to also reach out to me on YouTube if you have not. And I'm going to say this right again. Oh, first of all, let me bring it up for you. Let me bring up YouTube for you. I'm going to show you guys what we have in store for you on my YouTube channel. Now, keep those questions coming, guys. I don't want you to stop answering those questions. I just want to show you what I have for you on my YouTube channel. So keep those questions coming. As you can see, I'm pulling up my channel right now. Check this out. Your boy got over 463 videos here, guys. 293,000. That's 1,000 views. 6,000 views in the last 30 days. All of this content is over on my YouTube channel. The YouTube channel name is Charles Blair. So just go do a search for this name, Charles Blair, on YouTube, and subscribe to my channel. I give away a lot of free information as well as free resources. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do this right now. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel today, I'm going to give you my automated Excel spreadsheet that I use to analyze rent-to-own deals. I'm going to say that again. If you head over to my YouTube channel and subscribe to my YouTube channel and send me a notification, hey Charles, I subscribed to your YouTube channel today. You can reach me on Facebook. You can reach me on all the social networks. Leave a notification. Charles, I just subscribed to your YouTube channel. I'm going to send you my automated Excel spreadsheet that I use to analyze rent-to-own deals. And you may say, well, Charles, I don't do rent-to-own. Remember, It's all about being a transaction engineer. You don't need to do rent to owns. You just need to send the rent to own deal over to somebody that does, and you can make a profit off of that deal. That's what being a transaction engineer is all about. It's not mastering everything. It's mastering a strategy, but being able to profit off of all the other strategies. So who can you send that rent to own deal over and make a profit off of? My wife and I, right here. Yours truly. Send those leads over to us. We're always looking for opportunities to make you guys some money. So send them over to us. Absolutely. So like I said, just subscribe to the YouTube channel. My wife and I will get in touch with you as soon as possible, and I will send you over my actual list that I use, my Excel spreadsheet that we use to analyze all the deals we have that are rent to own. Wydell, thank you for being on the broadcast. Anthony Thomas, my brother, thank you for being on the broadcast. Mr. DeMille, thank you for being on the broadcast. Kevin, thank you for being on the broadcast. Man, you are factual. Everything is already. Thank you, Tracy. I will send it over to you. I'll just check to confirm that you have subscribed, and I will reach out to you and send it to you. Question from a Facebook user wants to know, Charles, what market changes do you see due to COVID-19 in Baltimore City and Baltimore County? And Ern, just to answer your question, if you've already subscribed, just let me know, Charles, I've subscribed. Once I check and see that you subscribed, I'll send you over my rent to own Excel spreadsheet that automate the process of analyzing a rent to own deal. Back again to the Facebook user who says, what market changes do you see? Well, I see a lot of market changes, and it's not going to be market changes that's going to be over with real quick as soon as things get back to normal. No, that's not going to be the situation, guys. Back to normal, I'm going to be honest with you, back to normal may never be normal. And here's the reason why. Because you don't know how long the psyche of the consumer is going to be in the mindset of, do I want to spend money? Because that is what we're looking at with our consumers. We're looking for individuals that want to spend money to buy. We're looking at individuals that want to move and rent into another property. We're looking at individuals that want to lend money out. So how long will that negative annotation of COVID-19 be in the actual mindset of the consumer? No one knows. But I do believe, and I know for a fact, there are still opportunities out there right now. There are plenty of opportunities out there right now. And to go back to your question, what market changes do you see due to COVID-19? I think that one, virtual open houses and virtual showings is going to be a way of to go moving forward. Now, is it going to be the only way? No. But the real estate agencies and brokers that are able to fluently use virtual showings and virtual open houses will be killer. They will be able to make a boatload of opportunities where they'll be getting listings where the actual consumer is still weary. Also, the industry of taking virtual tours is another industry that's going to flourish. I think it's going to also flourish in the investor area. So if you are an investor and you can virtually show your properties to your lenders, virtually show your properties to your buyers, that's going to be another feather in your cap. Keep that in mind. I'm giving you guys some nuggets here, man. I mean, we're crushing some nuggets right here today, guys. Something else. I think that what is happening right now for those that are really looking to strive moving forward right now, the key word you're going to hear me say today, if I haven't said it already, is get away from the junk deals. The deals that are so-so, that may or may not be. you want to dig deep with the motivated deal. The deals where the sellers are highly motivated, where you know you got motivated buyers. One of the things that is going to also be prevalent today moving forward is you have to keep a fluid, I'm going to say it again, you have to keep a fluid account of the members of your team on a regular basis. Because one of the things that caught investors flat-footed when COVID-19 hit 6 weeks ago was the fact that a lot of their resources dried up and they didn't have ways to replenish those resources because they weren't reaching out to the resources to see if they were available. So you had a situation where you had investors going to closing, hoping to go to closing, and their lenders bailing out, their buyers bailing out. So if you want to know one of the strategies, I can't believe I'm sharing this with you guys. If you want to know one of the strategies that you can execute right now that very few people is talking about, there's a strategy that you can execute where you have reach out to wholesalers who've lost buyers, who've lost lenders, and now they can't find deals. I came across 2 deals this way, all from wholesalers who couldn't find buyers because their list was stale because of what's happening with COVID-19. Another thing, deal with the medium income properties and low income properties. And what I mean by that, medium income for my Baltimore City, Baltimore County, I said 150 to 250, 275 tops. Low income I want to deal with is between 80 to 125, 135 tops. Because that's going to be the low income rental area. That's going to be the medium income wholesale rehab area. The 150 to 275 to 80 to 135, 140. Now, those areas, they're going to thrive. Excuse me. Those areas aren't going to dry up. Buyers ain't going to stop buying in those areas. Landlords ain't going to stop renting properties in those areas. The actual consumer is plentiful in those areas. In those medium to low income areas, the consumer is plentiful. But if you were to go into the higher price range, unless you're in an uber hot neighborhood, man, you could lose your shirt. Developers, they're going to be suffering for a while. I mean, they've got issues with the supply chains of materials coming from China. They got issues with what's going on with consumers not wanting to spend a large amount of money on unnecessary purchases or elegant luxury homes, which is really the new development construction type price points. You're talking about in the 1 million plus range. I think that consumer is extremely frugal in this marketplace right now. So that's my 2 cents worth. Stay in the low to medium income range. Stay in the low to medium housing market. You'll do okay. Keep your list fluent, keep your list updated on a regular basis, and basically learn how to transaction engineer your stuff. Don't just be a one-trick pony where you're only doing wholesaling. Think about other deals that come your way and how you could make money on those other opportunities by pushing those deals to other people that are doing those type of deals. That's, to me, is your COVID-19 killer. Let's see. Hey, y'all. This is Alex. Thank you for all the information. Thank you, my brother Alex. All you guys that subscribed, thank you. Jolene, thank you for the compliment. I greatly appreciate it. My wife and I greatly appreciate all you guys. I'm not going anywhere yet. I'm here as long as you guys need me to answer your questions. My wife ain't calling me yet. This is normal Al day, but she hasn't reached out to me and said, hey, get me, man. Get back in here. So I'm here for you guys. I would like a copy. Ulysses, I got you covered. What market changes? Keto, I just answered that question. Let's see. Charles, if you just started in real estate, I already answered that one. What else do we got? What market changes do you see due to COVID in Baltimore? Got that one answered. Yes, I would like a copy. How do you do? Oh, here's one. Have you done subject to deals? My goodness. Have I done subject to deals? Not only have I done subject to deals, but quite a few of my mastermind students have done subject to deals. We love subject to deals. Now, let me preface that by saying this. And thank you, Tracy. That's a great question. Subject to deals, in my opinion, owner-structured finance deals, rent-to-owns, guaranteed rent, lease with option to buy, option to contract, all-inclusive trust deed, land installment contract, all these types of creative structured deals, in my opinion, is going to be money. I'm going to tell you right now. Those individuals who learn to make money from nothing, from your mind, from creative deal structuring, will be fluent. My wife always tell me this. Closed mouths don't get fed. So if I was you in this business, I would reach out to any and everyone I know who has the knowledge of owner structure financing, transaction engineering, subject to rent to own, and pick their brain, join their mentoring program, whatever you have to do. Because that, my friend, regardless of the market condition, this is the key to owner structure financing, subject to transaction engineering. The key to those strategies is they will work in any market condition. And I do mean any market condition. I have a deal right now that I'm going to put on the market. It's from a promissory note structure that we did with owner financing. I'll be putting it out there to my regular list, to my general list on Monday. I've already put it out there to my private list, but if I don't have anybody on my private list that's going to get in touch with me over the weekend, and if you want to get on my private buyers list, leave your email address and just say, hey, I want to get on your private buyers list, because I be sending a lot of my creative stuff to you guys as well. This deal I got right now that's in the hopper is an owner structured finance deal where, it is a gorgeous structure where it's built on a promissory note. And you could literally put $30,000, $40,000 in your pocket if you structure it properly. And here's the key to it. It doesn't require a lot of money. It's an owner-structured finance deal. And if you want me to send you that lead over to you, just leave your email address below and I'll send it over to you. But going back to subject to, the way we do subject to is this. We only put properties, this is what I teach my mastermind students. We only put properties under contract by way of subject to. It's properties that we're going to do by putting it under contract, taking over the existing mortgage payment. And with that existing mortgage payment, we're going to fix the property up and resell it within 6 to 12 months. That's the only way I will do a subject to, using the classic way of subject to, taking over the payment, putting the property in a trust, putting your name as the beneficiary interest of that trust, going to closing on that deal, and then selling that deal. That's the classic strategy. Most people will teach you subject to and say you can do subject to and hold it for 5 years. You can hold it for 3 years. You can hold it for 10 years. And I'm going to tell you, you're crazy if you take a property over the classic way of subject to and hold it for 5, 10 years. Man, you don't know what could get attached to that property, because even though you are now on the deed, you are now the deed holder of that property, those attachments of those liens will still attach to that deed. So you will not be able to sell that property, my friend. If that person files bankruptcy, it's going to attach. If that property, because that owner 9 times out of 10 is going to include that property in the bankruptcy. So here's what I tell my students, and here's what we do in my company, Chucky Buy Lucky Houses. What we do is we take a property over subject to whenever we want to take it for short term, where we don't have to worry about buying the house with a loan in the first position. We don't have to worry about that. All we need to come up with is closing costs and the actual repair costs. So if we have money on the side, and all we want to do is continue down the path of taking over that property. I'm going to take it over subject to so that I don't have to worry about getting a new loan from a hard money lender or qualifying for a new loan from a hard money lender. I don't have to worry about that with subject to. I just take over the payments. I don't have to qualify for anything. So now I can take over the payments on the loan and just fix the property up. One of the recent deals we did that way was a property that was in 21239 zip code. We took over the actual loan by way of subject to, we fixed the house up, and we resold it. One of my mastermind students did this in a property that was in Lithicum. The exact same strategy. So do not take over property subject to for long-term hold. I would never do that. I would do either land installment contract or a option to buy or a all-inclusive trustee or a rent to own. But I would not take a property subject to over a year. Great question, Tracy. Great question. Let's see what else we got down here. How do you become a mastermind student? Mr. DeMille, I don't want to make this a commercial. I told you guys this is going to be 100% all content. This is no fluff, none of that stuff. So just reach out to me, send me your email address, and I'll tell you all about the mastermind program. Let's see what else. Give me some more questions. Guys, I'm already going a whole hour, and I'm going to be here as long as you need me to be here, or as long as my wife don't call me to get out of here. So I'm going to be here for you. Now, one more thing about subject to. Don't let anybody ever tell you that a subject to is legal. Because technically, a subject to, taking over property subject to, is technically illegal. There's a little thing on a note that's called the due on sale clause. And the due on sale clause states that the person who owns the property must maintain ownership of that property. And if ownership is not maintained from the original buyer, then the due on sale clause can be called. So think about it. Yes, there is something that's called the Garn-Saint-Germain Act. Yes, the Garn-Saint-Germain Act says that an actual owner of a property, the owner of a property, can actually put the property into a trust for asset protection reasoning. But that doesn't mean that you can take that trust over. As a matter of fact, the minute that trust is now, the minute that situation is where you, as the investor, has become the beneficiary interest of that trust, the minute that occurs, you just triggered the due on sale clause. So while subject to is a strategy that you can do, if any real estate guru tell you that it's a legal strategy that you can do, it's on the gray side. That it's a legal strategy that you can do, don't believe them. They're trying to get into your pockets. While yes, it is illegal, what's the worst that can happen? Well, the worst that can happen is the bank call the loan due and you have to pay it in full. How many times has that happened for me? As many subject twos have I done? It has never happened to me and my wife. But I do know an investor that it has happened to. And the number one reason why a subject to doesn't go all the way to fruition when people try to hold it for long term, actually is two reasons why. One, the owner forgets conveniently and reaches out to the bank and triggers and lets the bank know that they're no longer own the property. Or two, the person who took the property over subject to doesn't make the mortgage payment. Now, the owner's going to get some kind of phone call, some kind of notification. And that owner's going to tell that lender, oh, I sold that property to the Mr. Investor 5 months ago. He's supposed to be making the mortgage payments. And guess what just happened? The bank just found out that that seller has triggered the due on sale clause. And now it's up to the bank to decide if they're going to foreclose or if they're going to trigger a pullback or a takeback of that property because of the due on sale clause being triggered. The bank still has the option. And when you do a subject to, the bank could always decide they want to call it. Does it happen often? No. And that's why investors like myself are still doing them, because we don't take unnecessary risk in doing them for 2 years, over a year, and so on. The most I would do is 4 to 5 months, 6 months at tops. And that's what I teach my students, 5, 6 months tops. There's other strategies you can execute to take over a property for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Okay, good morning. Are you taking over any properties via wraparound mortgages or deed of trust? Joe, absolutely. Let's put it like this. You would normally use a wraparound or deed or trust to sell, not to take over. Taking over, you can do a rent to own with an option to buy, or you can just do basically a long-term option to buy with the right to sublease. But usually the wrap or the all-inclusive trust deed is a tool that you use to sell something as opposed to buying it. Okay, let's see. Adrian, how do property liens work? Do you get the house for the amount of the lien, or do you have to pay for the house still at the lien? If you're talking about a tax lien, I think that's what you're talking about, Adrian. How do tax liens work? Generally, this is what happens. And I'm going to talk about Maryland. Generally, what happens is your taxes are due every month, every year, quarter. And when you don't pay those taxes, the city will send notification of the fact that your property will be put into what's called a tax lien sale, because it's an actual debt that the city needs to recover in order to handle the municipal actions that the city covers, such as fire department, police department, and so on. They require this money from the taxes. So instead of them wanting to be property owners and file the tax lien and go and file foreclosure on you, they will sell that right of that tax lien to an investor. So now let's say the investor buys the tax lien. And what happens is that investor, 6 months after buying it, can go ahead and now file a right of redemption to foreclose on that property where the tax lien or the tax payment has not been made. Now, the good part is that if there is an existing mortgage on that property, 9 times out of 10, the mortgage company is going to pay that tax lien. They're going to pay that money that's owed, because they will be a fool to let a $3,000 or $5,000 lien, tax lien, wipe out a $60,000, $80,000, $200,000 mortgage. So what more likely will happen is the mortgage company will pay the amount that's been foreclosed on for the redemption amount of the tax sale. Because you got to realize, when a lien is filed, all creditors have to be notified. And one of the places where the creditors are notified is a newspaper called the Daily Record. That's the notification for creditors for liens and so on, judicial hearings and so on for Maryland. That's the paper, the Maryland Daily Record. So now the lien holder has filed for foreclosure. The bank gets notification. The bank pays the tax lien. Problem solved. Now, If there is no bank, if the property is free and clear, that person that purchased the tax lien certificate, when they file for foreclosure, they can actually take the property. They will get the property if the filing of the redemption, the right of redemption goes all the way through to actual foreclosure. They will actually be able to take the property. Now, this isn't something that happens a lot, but it does happen. Now, the third thing that happens is, let's say that the paperwork for the lien holder got shuffled up somehow. Some lien servicing company dropped the ball and they didn't notify the bank that this person that has a tax lien certificate is filing foreclosure. And this has happened as well. Even though there's a mortgage on the property significantly more than what the tax lien amount, because of somebody dropping the ball in the mortgage company, you can foreclose on that property that has a mortgage and get a house that way that's in good condition. Because the bank dropped the ball, the servicing company or the servicing arm of the bank dropped the ball in the notification of paying off that tax lien. And generally, that's how that process works. If you're in the first position, you have the main position. Second and third positions are what's called junior positions. So everything that happens in a foreclosure, first, second, and third, all the money that is occurred during the foreclosure goes off to pay off the liens according to the position that they are in. If you're in the first position, any money that's gained will go to pay off the first position. If you're in the second position, any money that's left over will go off from after paying the first will pay the second. And if you're in the third position, any money that's left over from paying the first and second will go to pay the third. And then last but not least, any money that's left over from the third position or second or whatever money left over goes back to the seller, the original owner of the property. So here's the key. My strategy for tax liens is I'm going after properties, not when they purchase the certificate, not when somebody has a certificate on the property. I'm going after these properties when somebody is filing foreclosure on somebody that has a property by way of tax sale. And I mentioned to you the website Judicial Case Search. In that website, there's a type, what's called a case type. And that case type is called right of redemption. And underneath of that case type of right of redemption, you're able to reach out to that owner who's being foreclosed on for tax sale and create a relationship where you can buy the property from the owner, but there's also a pathway if you don't choose to go that way. You can also buy the certificate from the person that's filing the tax sale and continue with the foreclosure of that property. There's a number of ways in which you can make money from tax sale redemption, right of redemption filings. That's just one of them. Great question. Let's see. Excellent instruction. Thank you, Tracy. I appreciate it. See what we got. Bishop, I will get you that information over to you, my friend. Any other questions? Let's go over to my YouTube buddies. See what we got over here. Drop that mad scientist. Thank you. Good morning. Are you taking over properties? Yes, we answered that one. How do property liens work? We answered that one. Hey guys, if this is good information, if you want me to continue, let me know in the comment section. Just say, hell yeah, I want you to continue. Yes, mad scientist, go ahead and continue. I got a couple more questions for you. If you want me to continue, remember, you guys can ask questions about almost anything. You have questions about marketing. You have questions about automation. Have questions about tools. This is not a pitch. I'm not trying to sell you guys anything. This is the way that my wife and I want to give back to all of you guys who have supported my Real Deal meetup and have supported our mastermind program and have supported my Chucky Buy Lucky Houses company that my wife and I own. So this is our way of giving back. If you have any questions out there, give it back. Give it to us. We would love to answer your questions right now. Adrian, thank you for being on the broadcast. Let's see. Question is, what techniques, and this came from Frank, what techniques is best to wholesale houses with a tenant in it? Now, that's a great question, Frank. I'm going to tell you that right now. That's a fantastic question. The typical way you wholesale, you can do it with a tenant in it, but you have to get one or two of these things in place when you have a tenant in it. You got to get permission from the owner if you're disclosing to the owner that you are wholesaling it. Because, there's two ways of doing these wholesale deals. One way is you don't let the owner know that you're wholesaling the property, and you find and you're assigned a contract to another end buyer. Number two is you let the owner know that you're doing this, and then you continue down the path of least resistance. I like number two, because I don't have a problem with letting the owner know that I have partners that I work with, and one of my partners that I work with may be the person that's going to buy this house. It may not go to closing in my entity. I may not be the one to buy it. One of my partners will. And I actually have a contract that we use for this. This is our special option contract that we use where we disclose to the owner that one of our partners may be the one that's going to buy this property. So don't be surprised if it's not myself buying the house. I actually have a contract that my attorney created for this, an option contract that we use for that. Now, that's the first thing. You got to decide if you're going to take pathway number one, not tell the seller that you plan on wholesaling it, or pathway number two, letting the seller know that you're going to wholesale it. Now, let's go down each of those paths. If you're going to tell the seller that you are not wholesaling it, if you're going to tell the seller that you're going to find a buyer for this property, the next step is to make arrangements to show the property for your buyers, for your lenders, for your contractors. And that's exactly what I tell the seller. I need to make arrangements with you and your tenant for my people to come in and see the property. You have to do that. There's no other way around it. So those arrangements can be everybody come in on one day, once a week, or if you have the flexibility with the tenant, they can come in 2 to 3 times a week, as long as the tenant's there and the tenant is part of the process. Now, I've even had a situation where we slipped the tenant money to let us come and walk through the property with our buyers, with our lenders, so that we can keep that tenant happy in that situation. So the key is having a happy coexistence. If you're not telling the seller that you're wholesaling this property, then the only way you can do it is by telling the seller that I may need 1 weekend or 2 weekends for my contractor and my lenders to come through the property and walk through it and see it. If you do it that way, you may significantly lower the opportunities that you have, but you can bring more than one people in at a certain time. For example, you can tell the seller and the actual tenant that my lenders and stuff will come in between 9 and 10 to walk through the property on Saturday. And you can just have all your buyers come in at that one time frame. Now, that's kind of risky because buyers don't care, man. I'm going to tell you right now. Buyers will go behind your back and come in at 11, come in at 12, come in at 2, try to come at 3. And next thing you know, you got all kinds of trouble there. I'm a full disclosure kind of guy. Even when I talked about subject to, I let the seller know the issues that could come up with a subject to, with the bank finding out and so on. I'm all about full disclosure. To me, that's the best way to do the business. And to me, you have nothing to lose when everybody knows what's going on. I tell my sellers, I need to make a profit. I'm not doing this business as a charity. I have to make a profit in this business, but I also want you to get treated fairly and for you to make the profit that you want to deserve or need to make. And if those two things can become aligned, if your profit and my profit can come aligned, we got a happy relationship. Let's move forward. That's how my wife and I do it. You don't have to be under the table trying to sneak and slime, be all slimy in this business. There's no need to do that. Trust me when I say it. 30 years in the business, I know I've learned a thing or two. Next question. Would like to discuss structure of a wholesale business. Structure of a wholesale business. I actually have a whole business. I actually have a whole 4-part video series on my YouTube channel. And my YouTube channel, you'll see the 4-part video series. It's called How to Wholesale Real Estate in 30 Days or Less. And I break down the full structure of a wholesaling business. And that's one of the most popular video series I have on it. It's 4 parts. And you're talking about a whole day workshop where we had over 500 people in the room during that workshop. And I gave it away for free. For free 99, as Brittany Calloway would say. Free 99. The whole 4-day workshop. Just head on over to my YouTube channel and type in YouTube the name Charles Blair and just watch the wholesaling your first deal in 30 days or less. Now, let's see what else. Okay, great question. I need to stabilize my, with you speak most about, my SOP. Stabilize the information about the SOP. For you guys who don't know, SOP is what I call the standard operating procedure. As a matter of fact, hold on 1 minute. You want to come on camera? This is my SOP Black Book. My wife and I wrote this book to break down how we run our parts of our real estate investing business. So it's called the Standard Operating Procedure. If you guys want a copy of my Standard Operating Procedure Black Book, if you want it in the digital format, I can give you the link where you can get the digital format of this book. Just put in the comment section, Charles, I want your SOP Black Book. Now, what it has, it's actually over 200 pages. And you're going to get the PDF. It's actually 200 pages of the way we use all the tools in our real estate business. What tools we use, like Mojo Dollar, Mojo Sells, Call Rail, skip tracing services, what tools we use on marketing on Facebook groups, how we do the marketing, everything is in this actual Black Book. Podio, everything is in here, as well as the video that you can watch to learn how to use those tools. That's what I created. Now, I'm a firm believer that every real estate business, period. There you go. Period. Should have an SOP Black Book.
Good morning, y'all.
Hey guys, you guys know this is my beautiful wife, Tammy Blair. First of all, give my beautiful wife a big hand. I want everybody to say, hi, Tammy.
Hey, y'all. I know. Oh, okay, what you in here doing? Starting trouble?
We just breaking down the SOP Black Book now.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. You telling everybody what we've been doing while we've been in here?
Exactly.
That's right.
Almost everything. Almost everything.
Well, they know. I mean, what the heck? You know what you talking about, right? Okay.
Okay, like I was saying, I'll give you my SOP Black Book, guys. All you have to do is just put your link in there. Put your I said link. My wife got me shook up now. Put your email address in the comment section, and I'll give you my SOP Black Book. Make sure you guys get a copy of it. Now, every business should have a standard operating procedure. And truth be told, I didn't make this. My virtual assistant made this book for me. And it's based off of the instructions that I give on what tools and systems we use in our business. I mean, I believe in, excuse me. I'm a firm believer in working on your business, not working in your business. So how do we create an SOP Black Book? So you have to break down all the things that you do in your business. For example, earlier I talked about the $200 marketing plan you could use to do real estate investing. So how would you create a standard operating procedure? So you would basically write down everything that you're going to do cold calling, everything that you're going to do dialing for dollars for the Deal Machine app. Everything that you need, you're going to do in order to do driving for dollars. Everything that you need to do in order to pull skip tracing from Mojo sellers. So you'll write down step by step. And here's what I mean. Step 1, go to mojosales.com. Step 2, log in using username and password. Step 3, once you get to this screen, you want to go to stage number 4. Step 4, put in the information that you want to skip trace. Name, address, address, city, state, and zip code. Step 4, push button and pull list. That's how we created our SOP as a way to break down everything that we're doing in the business. And then we just put it in the form of a PDF. And then we actually looked up the videos that show you how to do those things that's in that extra standard operating procedure. And now, here's the key. If you do that, this is the beautiful part about it, guys. If you do that, now you can take your business and hand it over to a virtual assistant to do it for you. So you can create all your step-by-step instructions using the free tool, Google Tools, Google Docs, Google Excel spreadsheet, Google PowerPoints. Use the free tool to create your step-by-step instructions and then hand those step-by-step instructions to your virtual assistants. Now, here's the key part. Unless you've done it yourself, you can't teach somebody or hire somebody to do it for you. Come on, y'all. Come on. You got to have done it at least a couple of weeks yourself so that you can show and break down what steps need to be done first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. You got to do that first before you bring in somebody to hire a virtual assistant. Because if you don't, that virtual assistant could give you all kinds of piss poor results and you not know that the results aren't good. Because you have never done it yourself and you don't know how many calls supposed to have been made. And you don't know how many entries supposed to be put into PropStream. And you don't know how many text messages supposed to go out each hour. And you don't know how long it should take you to do a post on Craigslist. How long it takes you to scrape information from digital day search. You don't know that because you've never done it. So always, I tell you, I know it's hard. I know there's nothing easy about it. I went through every step that you guys have gone through. Before I was able to put our business on virtual override, before I was able to do that with my wife and I had to get in the trenches. Really, guys, I had to dig deep in the trenches and learn these tools. Get out of that guru mindset. There is no such thing as push a button and it does the work for you. You have to manage the results. You have to choose the right button to push, and you have to know exactly if the tool that you're pushing is going to give you the outcome that you expect. That's the key. We all have outcomes based on the actual revenue generation we are trying to achieve. Keep that in mind. I want you guys to be successful. I need you to be successful. I told my wife and I said at the beginning of this year we're going to help 1,000 real estate investors achieve success. And we're going to do it by giving it away. Yes, I have a mastermind program. And yes, I do sell that. But I'm going to give you guys all the information you need in these webinars. If you come to my free meetup events, I can't tell you how many people I've had the opportunity to educate just by giving this stuff away. Sure, if you want a mentor or coach, I'm here for you. But you don't need it. But think like this, guys. Congratulations, you received 100 messages today. Okay, thank you. We've got 100 messages today, guys. Over 100 messages from all you guys today. Man, you guys are crushing it. Now, I'm ready to continue. Tammy, do you need me to get off this now, or should I continue? Do you want me to get off now, or should I continue? She told me to continue. That's my wife for you. I'm telling you. Teamwork makes the dream work, guys. Teamwork makes the dream work. Okay, let's go back down to some questions. Let's see what else we got going on. Let's see what we see. Keep taking our thousands of that, not that the full truth. That's why. Let's see. Where are we? Let's see. I'm trying to see what we got. That's right. I agree with you, Adrian. That's exactly what gurus would do. They would take your money and not tell you the full truth. I agree with you 100%. Okay, let's see. When analyzing a market, what do you look for? That's a great question, Julian. Now, let me tell you the key things that we're looking for. I'm looking for the amount of sales. I'm looking for the amount of ownership. I'm looking for the amount of cash buyers. I'm looking for the hottest zip codes in any city or state that I'm investing in. That's what I'm looking for. The 6 markets that we're in, it's all about the markets for wholesaling, rehab, engineering. And the way we do my business, I'm going to tell you exactly how we do our business. How we're able to invest in 6 markets has nothing to do. This is going to be a short, sweet, because I've told this before, so I'm not going to take a lot of time telling you guys this. It has nothing to do with setting up offices in all these other cities or states. It has everything to do with creating strategic relationships with veterans in those cities or states and actually partnering with those veterans in those cities and states. And when I say veterans, I'm talking about individuals that have an established business in the city or state we want to bring our virtual investing to. That's the key. So what we do with those individuals that's in Ohio, that's in Florida, that's in California, that's in Memphis, that's in New York, that's in Dallas, that's in Virginia, what we do with those individuals is we'll say, we'll bring you all the leads, you service the leads, you go out on the leads, and we split everything 50-50. That's my business model. I love joint venturing with investors. I love partnering. I love working with bird doggers. We love working with house hunters. I love it. My business is built around the virtuality of, I don't know if that's a word. I think I just made up a word. But my business is built around the virtualness. There I go again. The virtual ability of doing real estate. I love it. So you don't have to set up a brick and mortar business in New York, in California, in Georgia. All you need to do is know how to generate leads. That's what we do. I'm an expert, and I have a problem calling myself that because I have a lot of people that pay me for that fact that I'm an expert at generating motivated seller leads. So I will send my motivated seller leads to the particular partner that I'm partnering with in that city or state. They will go out on the deals. They will go to the property. They will talk to the seller. We split the profits 50-50. Now I have a business that's in New York. Now I have a business that's in Ohio. Now I have a business that's in Florida. Now I have a business that's in Dallas. Because my business isn't creating the whole kit and caboodle. I'm just creating the marketing part of it. And I'm transporting that marketing piece to all those other locations and joint venturing with my players in those areas. That's what I'm talking about. That's what and how we do the business. Deborah, you are welcome. Miss Deborah.
Miss Day and the He's out.
Question. I have a wholesale deal with two issues. One, buyer lost financing due to COVID-19. Two, tenant is not paying rent. How do I save this deal and profit? First of all, Kevin, where's that deal is at? Because it's in one of my markets. Send it over to us. Let me take a look at it. We may be interested in it. Now, number two, first of all, you have to replace that buyer. So I would immediately jump out to all the main bulletin boards. In each jurisdiction, there's about 3 to 5 bulletin boards where all the investors go to. And there's also 3 to 5 meetup groups where all the investors meet up at. So I would actually post in those groups and try to find buyers in those areas as well. I would also put the deal in Facebook Marketplace. That's another source that a lot of people don't understand that can be a great way to sell opportunities. But first thing first, like I said, I'm a capitalist. If the deal is a good deal, send it my direction. You can reach me at charles@chuckybuyluckyhouses.com. That's charles@chuckybuyluckyhouses.com. I'd definitely be interested in taking a look at it. When you JV, after sending the leads, you have the buyers. When you JV, and Jacques asked for this, when you JV after sending the leads, you have the buyers. Well, actually, I think your question is, where do the buyers come from? My buyers, when I JV with somebody in another city or state, my actual JV partner has the buyers list. They have a buyers list already established. They already know how to find the buyers. I'm just sending them the actual lead. Is it difficult to negotiate the removal of a demo lien on a property where the actual city is involved? Let's put it like this. Difficult is a case-by-case basis. Yes, it can be. But I also have a real estate attorney that does all the heavy lifting for us when it comes to actual liens and stuff. Who actually is a real estate attorney here in the DMV. So if you're interested in getting in touch with him and working with my real estate attorney, put the actual, Charles, I want to get the information of your real estate attorney. Put it in the actual comment section, and I'll give you the information from my real estate attorney. And here's the key thing about my real estate attorney, guys. Come closer. Come closer. Come closer. Come closer. My real estate attorney, the attorney I'm talking about, this attorney that I'm going to give you guys, he does all types of transactions. He'll do subject twos. He can do owner structured financing. He can do trust deeds. He can do all these types of deals because he also owns his own title company.
Can you dig it?
I'm not playing with you guys. We're not playing with you at all. We got you covered. So if you want information to my real estate attorney who can help you with all these types of transactions, if you got this type of transaction, you need a closing attorney that will do it, reach out to me. My wife and I just say, Charles, give us that information. I want that information. I definitely want that information. Let's see. Man, you guys are keeping me on here. My wife is...
Good questions.
Good questions. Excellent questions. Let's see. The property is in Atlanta and it's a multifamily lot. Okay, Joe, if it's in Atlanta and it's a multifamily lot, I do have investors that I know that are in Atlanta that is actually crushing it down there. So I may have a resource for you. Let's see. Does he work in Massachusetts? Guerra, he doesn't work in Massachusetts, but he could point you in the right direction. Not to mention, I got a cheat sheet that I have created. It's called Questions to Ask Your Power Team. And this cheat sheet would give you guys all the questions you want to ask if you want to find a investor-friendly title company, investor-friendly real estate agent, investor-friendly contractor, real estate broker, real estate attorney. I got a whole cheat sheet of all the questions you should ask these people to see if they are investor-friendly and to be determined if you want to work with them. If you send me an email, just say, first of all, Charles, I want your cheat sheet. And just send me an email to charles@chuckybuysluckyhouses.com. That's Charles at Chucky, Cucky, buys, Buys, Lucky, Lucky, houses, HOUSES.com. And I'll send you that actual cheat sheet. Man, I mean, we're giving you guys all. I mean, don't nobody look. Let's be real. And I need you to be real too. This is time to be real. Has anybody ever given you this much content, this much resources, and this much information for free? If the answer is no, nobody has ever given it, I want to see your comments. Let me know, has anybody ever given you this much content, this many resources, and this much free stuff for no cost whatsoever? Put it in the comment section. I want to see it. Timmy, we want to see it.
We want to see it?
Exactly.
Yeah, we want to see it. All right, come on.
Let's see. Hell no. Thank you, Mr. Demuth. Thank you. Absolutely not. Jerome Saunders, thank you. I need more. If you want more information, I need to see some more of those notifications. I need more. No. Nathan, thank you. No, never, ever, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. God bless you, Mr. Blair. Thank you. I appreciate it, Adrian. Yeah. My wife and I greatly appreciate it. Nathan, no. Thank you.
Look, y'all, when Charles be in bed, right? And we be laying there, and when he get a word on his spirit, because God put these words on his spirit, he's like the real estate apostle of investing. He's the investing apostle. So when God put that on his spirit, the first thing he do, he get up, thank God for a brand new day, and he come in here and start working on what he getting ready to come into y'all living rooms with. So y'all are blessed, I'm telling you. And he wants y'all businesses to prosper in this season. So get it together now. Let's do this.
You heard her. Get it together. Let's get it together. Remember the magic. Actually, I don't like to use the word magic, even though when I was a teenager, 12, 13, 14, 15 years old, I actually used to study magic. I used to do magic shows. So that's why you hear me say the word magic. In fact, in some of my videos, I do a little bit of magic tricks in them. But the formula, not the magic formula, the formula I gave you guys earlier is the formula that you need to understand. It's actually two. Formula number one, action plus offers equal profit. That's number one. Formula number two, it's not about time management. Forget about time management. It's about time monetization. That's the key. If you have time monetization in place, you can crush it because now you have multiple profit streams. So let's go back to one of the original questions. Another way in which I love, the reason I love teaching my students about being a transaction engineer, because it gives you an opportunity to have multiple streams of income. So that's one of the ways in which you can deal with what's going on in the marketplace. Not be that I can only do wholesale, I can only do rehab, but you have multiple sources of revenue coming up. That's the key, my friend. That's the key. Now let's check it out and see where we are at. I love this business. Give me some more questions, guys, gals, everybody. Let's see what we got. Jerome says, you got to see some of Charles' magic tricks. See, it's crazy. If you head over to my YouTube channel, you'll see how I incorporated a little bit of magic with some real estate investing and all that good stuff. So that's good. Joyce, thank you for being on the broadcast. Mr. Ron, thank you, my friend. You're the best as well, Ron. I definitely believe that, guy. All of you guys are the best. And thank you guys for all your many years of support. My brother D, thank you. I think, let's see, folks who purchased property. Let's see what Judy has a great questions. Folks who purchased property recently and are now unemployed have no equity with the banks up to their ears and forbearance. Is there a way to do a subject to and attempt a short sale? Judy, that's a great question. The answer to your question, there's always a way to do a subject to or in that type of situation. Because the key to subject to has nothing to do with a forbearance agreement. The key is, does that forbearance agreement still meet the details that you need for a good deal? That's the key. So yes, you can do a subject to under a forbearance agreement as long as the guidelines of that forbearance agreement is being met. Now it's a little tricky. So that's the key answer. And with the banks up down for a bank, is there a way to do a subject to and attempt a short sale? That's your issue. Because once you do the forbearance agreement, now you want to try to do a short sale. It can be done. I can't say that I've ever done a forbearance or had a lender or have an actual seller who did a forbearance agreement and then right after the forbearance agreement did a short sale. I can't say I have done that, even though I've been in the business for 30 years. But I don't see any reason why that couldn't be done as long as the bank agrees to it. Because remember, both of these, forbearance and short sale, both of them have to be approved by the bank. And if the bank is willing and able to say yes, then I guess theoretically, yes, it can be done. I'm going over to YouTube. I'm getting the wholesale business structure. Thanks again. Hey, no problem, Kevin. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. The same can happen with liens. Let's see. Joyce has the same can happen with liens, bankruptcies, with lease options as well. Yes, I agree with you, Joyce. You're right. The same could happen. It could happen with the situation with liens and so on. But at that point, when I'm aware of the fact that this could happen, and I don't have to worry about the due on sale clause on my side or being sued on my side, because that's an issue that was brought up by the person who did the actual deal. So that's the reason why I would rather do a rent to own or a option with long term right to lease as opposed to subject to for long term. That's my reasoning behind it, because now I'm really pulling that due on sale clause and having that loan called. That's the issue for me. But you're absolutely right, Joyce. Can investors approach owners who are in forbearance with the bank? Can they approach the owner? Absolutely, because being in a forbearance agreement doesn't mean that the person doesn't own the property. It just means that they have a certain tract of requirements they have to do in order to maintain the forbearance agreement, depending on what stipulations they had in that agreement. So yes, you could still approach the actual owner. You could still take properties over. You could do whatever you want as long as that forbearance agreement falls within the needs or the guidelines that you need in order to make it a good deal. Joyce, thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, we are dropping some gems. Joyce, I'll send you over the real estate attorney information. No problem at all. Let's see. Joyce, I got you covered on the cheat sheets. Let's see. Do we have any? Look like you guys are getting a little lazy on the questions. I don't see any new questions coming up. Oh, we got one on Instagram. What will the pandemic do to the housing market in the coming months? Honestly, I think absolutely there will be a flood of opportunities. Absolutely, there will be a flood of opportunities. So anyone who's out there, one, that can bring creative financing, that can bring owner structure financing to the table, you will have the heads up on everybody else. Two, I would urge any and everyone to become as liquid as you can. And what I mean, whatever you need to sell that you can put so you can generate income, become as liquid as you can, because there's going to be a flood of opportunities when it comes to bank REOs. There's going to be a flood of opportunities when it comes to foreclosures, pre-foreclosures. There's going to be a flood of opportunities when it comes to taking over mortgages, low down payment deals, and so on. There's going to be a flood of opportunities. So those individuals that are liquid will be kings. I'm going to tell you right now, they will be kings, because there's going to be a huge amount of opportunities from landlords that want to get rid of those properties where the tenants weren't making those payments for 3, 4, 5, 6 months. You know, on average, check this out. On average, it will be somewhere between 4 to 6 months since the actual pandemic then started that some landlords may not receive rents. Do you know what that's going to do to that landlord financial situation, especially the new landlord? You have to be that person there ready to help them. And they will be looking for your help, your assistance by way of you making an offer on their property, because now they have nothing coming in. So absolutely, Ern, great question. Man, you guys are dropping some serious stuff. There's some serious stuff on here, man. I've been on this. I've been live now for almost 2 hours. Your boy been live on this broadcast for 2 hours, and I'm gonna go as long as I see a question. As long as there's a question, I'm gonna be here to answer it. All I ask and all I want from you is your engagement. I need you to communicate your engagement. I need you to put your questions in there, and I need you to give me the energy to give you the answers you deserve. Thank you. Let's see what we got here. What do you think about using transactional funding to buy a home? Oh, I mean, I don't see anything wrong at all, Jacquaz, with using transactional funding. As a matter of fact, you can use gap funding. It's also another way in which you could do that by way of using that type of transaction funding or gap funding by way of subject to. You can do that in that type of environment as well. So absolutely. The key is, and I'm going to say this again, the key here is when you add up all the numbers of the cost of your funding, and that's the same way with hard money, because I hear a lot of investors say, man, I'm not going to pay no hard money lender no 10% and 2 points or no 8% and 4 points. And I'm going to say, you are crazy if you feel that way and you don't have another resource. Sure, you can feel that way if you have money on the side that's going to you be able to get for less. Sure, you can feel that way if you have a deep bank account. But if you don't, you're going to actually let a deal get away because of the actual interest rate and the points. The only way I'm going to let a deal get away because of interest rates and points is if those interest rates and points is going to stop me from making the profit that I want to make. Everybody can make money in this business. The lenders can make money. The sellers can make money. The buyers can make money. And the wholesalers can make money. This is truly an industry where it could be a win-win-win-win scenario. So yes, I'll use transactional funding as long as my final numbers still add up to the profit that I wanted to achieve. I always said there's no such thing as a bad profit, guys and gals. There is no such thing as a bad profit. If you have to use it, use it. Timothy Rose, is it correct that wrap mortgages protect the seller a bit more? A wrap mortgage could absolutely protect the seller a bit more. Absolutely it could. As opposed to an option to buy. So yes, because with a wrap mortgage, you have to actually have a servicing company in place to service that wrap. You have to act loan documents in place to actually break down the loan terms and so on. So absolutely, it could protect the seller more. What exit strategy do you think, Joyce asks, what exit strategy do you think will be best because of COVID, since rehabbers are having problems with lenders and lenders will be tightening guidelines for the home buyers? Well, great. I think I touched a little bit on this. I love owner structured financing strategies that requires less of a lender placement in the process. In other words, taking over a project subject to and not having to worry about buying the house with a first mortgage where you just have to worry about the rehab costs, or taking over a property by way of guaranteed rent, taking over by master leasing the property. This is another fantastic strategy. Something I haven't talked about today was master leasing. I think that, of course, your typical owner structured finance with a seller carryback. That's another great way. We're doing that with a deal that is in the 21202 zip code. Last week, we got a property under contract from a wholesaler where the actual owner, and think about this, guys. I want you to think about this. The actual owner is willing to do owner financing on the property where they owe $16,000 on the house. They're selling it for $52,000. We bump the price up a little bit so we can have our wholesale fee. But they're only asking for $2,000 down, $200 a month for 10 years with a balloon payment in 10 years. Think about that. This is a house that needs less than $5,000 worth of work in the 21202 zip code. This is a deal that we put under contract a couple days ago. We're giving the seller $2,000 down, $200 a month for 10 years with a balloon payment at the end of 10 years. So to answer your question, Joyce, owner structure financing, all cash offers, all those type of deals, exit strategies will be deal strategies that will be perfect in COVID-19 right now. Ron says, if a house has gone into foreclosure and sent to auction, but the lender took back the property. Okay, the lender took back the property. How long is the redemption period in Maryland, and can anything be done? Yes. To a certain extent. It depends on the point of the foreclosure that you're at. It depends. So it depends on where you're at in that foreclosure process run. As far as Maryland goes, and when it comes to the redemption period, that depends. Timothy wants to know, what's a better creative financing strategy than subject to or wrap? I don't like to use the word better, Timothy. I really don't. It depends on the situation and what you can get. And here's the key, Timothy. What you can get the seller to agree to and how much security you want as the buyer. Because each situation is based on if you're the seller of the property or if you're the buyer. So it's going to be predicated on where you're at in this transition. If you're the buyer of the property, me, and I want to take over a property with the most security in it, process-wise, and I'm only doing it short term, that's subject to, because I'm actually getting the deed. But if I'm selling it, I don't want to give you subject to. I'm going to give you an option with a right to sublease, or option with a right to buy and a right to sublease. So I want to give you, I may just even give you a wrap. If I'm going to sell it, I don't want you to be able to tie it up to the point of getting the deed. So it depends, Timothy, if you're the seller in the transaction or if you're the buyer, as to which one you would do. Joyce. Not the buy part, but the exit. Well, when you say the exit is a product of, should I own a structured finance? Should I own a structured finance it out? Because you can exit out of a deal by owner structured financing it and wholesaling it. Should I send it out by way of a rent to own? Should I send it out by way of a guaranteed master lease? So to answer your question, the key factors in that is going to be mortgage balance, mortgage payment, and repair costs. And last but not, those are the three main things. Mortgage balance, mortgage payment, repair costs, add one more, equity. Those four factors is going to determine how I get rid of how I exit out. Those four factors. But that was a great question, Joyce. Thank you. Each one of those factors will give me a different approach. What would be your strategy for acquiring an Airbnb property where the landlord is trying to sell at close to market price? Well, that's an easy answer. The question what you threw in there was to sell at market price. The question is, do they need market price now or do they need market price later? Because if the deal is good enough, what I'm going to do, if they're selling at market price, the only way that's going to work for me, Airbnb wise, is 2 or 3 ways. If they sell at market price and you know that you could 10x or let's say 5x the actual cash flow on that property and pay cash for that property at market price, that may be an avenue to go. But for me, I'm a leverage guy. I don't want to put my cash out like that and have an X amount of time for break even. I would rather make payments to that owner. And here's an example. The owner says, I'm willing to sell this property for $150,000. I'm going to say, okay, I'll give you the full price of $150,000 if you're willing to take $5,000 down right now and you're willing to take $1,000 a month for the next X amount of years. Now, predicated, the property has to need very little work. Also, for Airbnb, it has to be in a desirable area for an Airbnb. So all these things have to be in place. So I would rather give them the full price offer, stretched over time. And then, here's the key. Here's the magic word. Forced appreciate the revenue by switching it over to Airbnb at $100, $200 per room, or the traditional hostile size where you have 4 beds or 2 beds in one room. So that's how I would do it. To answer your question, truthfully, the best way that I would handle that Airbnb situation was to give the seller full price offer, payments over time. So as long as I'm getting my capitalization rate at a best point in time that's going to make sense for me. give them monthly payments or quarterly payment. And that's a good part. A good point is this. You don't have to give monthly payments, guys. You know that. When you're doing a deal like this, in any deal you structure, it does not have to be monthly payments. You know, you could give quarterly payments. You could give yearly payments. So keep that in mind. It does not have to be monthly payments. So for all my people on Instagram, I noticed that we just got cut off of Instagram. I just went live again. So you jump back on. You'll be able to see me back again on Instagram. I'm like that. I think my man said I'm like the, what's that bunny? The Energizer bunny. I just keep going and going. I'm here for you guys. Let me know what those questions are. What third-party systems like CallRail do you have integrated with Podio? I love the Podio questions. I love them. Now, right now, what we have integrated with our Podio system, Grillo, is we have Clipfolio. That's one system we use. We have Mojo Dialer. That's another system we have integrated with our Podio. Of course, we have CallRail integrated with our Podio. And we have Lab. So in other words, for Clipfolio, what we use that for is to give us all of our metrics so we're able to measure where everything is going at every week. How many leads came out, how many property we put under contract, what marketing strategies did this, how many deals came in from probate, how many deals came in from letters, how many deals came in from banded signs, how many deals came in from this. We use Clipfolio for that. Of course, we use Mojo Dialer. As far as our cold calling system, we use Mojo Dialer, and we bring in all the leads from Mojo Dialer inside of Podio. Now, like I mentioned, in regards to the other system, I'm going a little bit blank right now. What was the other systems we have? Mojo Dialer, CallRail. Of course, CallRail, we use that for the tracking. We have the system with the tracking with CallRail. All of our actual marketing strategies has its own CallRail number. And when all those leads come in, it comes into Podio by way of CallRail and Podio integration. And we also have Lob. We do our direct mail using Lob. So we just push a button inside of Podio and it sends out a postcard or a letter to that actual lead or the actual list that we have inside of Podio by using Lob. So those are the integrations that we have in our system. Now, my mastermind students get that whole integration set up for them for free. So we give my mastermind students our whole Podio setup as part of their mastermind membership when they join the mastermind. Great question, though. Great question. Would it be the time to purchase cash flowing rentals with Section 8 tenants, not or wait for a few? Oh, absolutely. I love that question. The RAQ. Absolutely. Here's one of the reasons why. First of all, I don't think it's ever a bad time to purchase Section 8 properties. When I had all of my apartment buildings in downtown Baltimore, we had a total of 250 units. I would easily say 35 to 40% of those units was filled with Section 8 tenants. So it's never, in my opinion, a bad time to bring in a Section 8 tenant. The issue is bad property management and bad landlords, because not knowing how to pick the right tenant, not knowing how to work and understand what a qualifying good tenant is what's caused the biggest issues when it comes to Section 8. So absolutely, it's an excellent time. And then you also have to realize Section 8 is guaranteed rent. Landlords ain't worrying about Section 8 payments coming in, are they? But market rate tenants, man, those landlords is rolling the dice every month. Is the rent going to come in, or is the tenant going to say they lost their job because of COVID-19 and they can't make the payments? And not to mention the issue with being able to file for eviction. And in Maryland, we have a 90-day moratorium on filing for eviction because of COVID-19. So absolutely, Section 8 tenants, in my opinion, is and has always been a prime mechanism for my residential properties. Tracy wants to know, what is LOB? LOB is a system that you can use to send out postcards and letters to your leads. It's kind of complicated. I have a dedicated developer that works on all of our lob designs. As a matter of fact, if you guys like, I can show you my lob account if you want me to log into lob. Just put in there, hey, I want to see your lob account. Tell me, Charles, I want to see your lob account. Okay. Here you go. Here you go. Let me see if I can bring it up automatically because I can't remember. Let's see. What is the username and password? Give me 1 minute, guys. Let me see if I could pull this information off my computer for you right now. Okay, I found it. Let's see. I'm getting ready to log in for you and show you the lob account. I am now putting in my username and I'm going to be putting in my password, but I'm not going to let you guys see it. So you guys are going to have to wait a minute. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, come on. It's telling me it's wrong. Oh, no wonder. I did put it in wrong. I think this is right now. You guys have to understand, I don't use these systems. My team do. So I just pay for them and they use it, set up the automations and all that stuff. They do all the work. Close. Okay, I'm logged in right now. And I'm going to show you my actual templates. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to show the screen to you guys right now. Now, this is my log account, and these are the actual templates that we use for our postcards. Now, this integrates with Podio. This postcard is one we use is, I want to buy your house in Baltimore City. Call me now to discuss the details. This is one of our postcards that we use. And basically inside of Podio, we just click a button. And when we click a button inside of Podio, it sends this postcard out. So that's one of the postcards we use. Now, another one is this one right here. This is one that we use for rentals. Do you own a rental in Columbia, Maryland? Do you have a bad tenant? Are you considering evicting the tenant? Want to avoid costly repairs? If you answered yes to any of these questions, please give us a call. Yada, yada, yada. So that's my lob account, and that's what we use. And we integrate that inside of Podio just by pushing a button, and it automatically sends out a postcard and letter to the individuals that we want to work with. I should say the sellers that we're trying to buy properties from. Okay, so let's see. Gotcha. You got it. Now, any other questions, guys? Because I'm looking at this and we're over 2 hours right now. And I'm trying to see if I can find all the questions. What market changes do you see due to COVID? I answered that questions earlier, Keto, but I'll go back over it again. Market changes. I think that the ideal opportunities in this market, especially where I'm investing at, is going to be low to medium income properties. I'm talking about properties in that 90 to 135 price range. It's the low side, and in the 150 to 275 price range on the high side in my market. So I think there's going to be great opportunities there. I also think there's going to be a great opportunities when it comes to owner structured financing deals, subject to deals, deals where you're paying all cash. They're going to be greatly discounted, and deals where you're taking over properties from landlords, giving full price offers and paying on terms. So all these different opportunities, I think that's going to be great. For real estate agents, there's going to be great opportunities for you guys that are doing virtual tours, for you guys that are doing virtual showings, for individuals that are entrepreneurs. If you have a virtual camera, you're going to have great opportunities to make a lot of money by providing your services of that virtual camera for virtual tours for individuals like real estate attorneys and brokerages. So there's going to be opportunities all across the entrepreneurial landscape for everybody that's looking to get out there, that is trying to get out there and bust their ass making some money. Tracy wants to know, what is your thoughts on wholesaling lease options? I don't have any issues at all on wholesaling lease options as long as, and here's the key, as long as the owner of the property knows this is what I'm going to do. I told you, my whole thing is full disclosure. I can get all the deals in the world, even though I tell everybody exactly what I'm doing. Because I can sleep good at night, guys. I don't have to worry about somebody finding out some kind of secret about the deal I did because I didn't tell them that. My wife and I sleep like a baby because we do full disclosure on all the types of deals we do, using the paperwork we have and my attorney uses as well. So yes, I don't have a problem with wholesaling lease options as long as all parties know what's going on. Great question. Okay, I am on Facebook. I am on YouTube. Let's go to the main page of YouTube. Let's go to Instagram. We look good. Okay, where do you get your probate list from? Great question, Bargo. I get my probate list from my boy by the name of Brian Winston. Brian Winston, he provides our probate list for us. I'll give you his information if you're interested in it. Just give me an email address and I'll get him in touch with you. He provides our probate list for Maryland and DC. Brian Winston. Do you know of any banks or lenders that will allow for 100% financing if purchase price is 80% loan to value? 100% financing. Ooh, no, I can't say that I do, but let me correct that. The real RAQ. Let me correct that. Depending on how good the deal is, there may be a few lenders out there that will be willing to do 100% financing. The key here is 80% loan to value. And are you going to have any collateralization tied up against that financing? So the short answer is no on 80% collateralization, on 80% loan to value. The short answer is no. No, I can't say that I do. The question, does he provide Massachusetts? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I could find out. Well, like I said, I'll send you his information, and you could find out for him if he does provide Massachusetts probate liens. You notice, guys, I'm a firm believer in keeping it real. If I don't know the answer of something, we're going to tell you I don't know the answer. Man, you guys didn't come to this Q&A session for somebody to feed you a bunch of bullshit. You came here for somebody to give you information from their head, what they know, what they understand, and what they're doing it. So, unfortunately, I may not have 100% all the answers. I'm going to have a lot of them. But I don't know everything. I'm always learning. And one of my favorite things is ABL. Always be learning. I believe that as a mantra for me and my lifestyle. Okay, let's see. Scotsman Guide may give lenders information. When you find a qualified tenant buyer, what is the step-by-step process you put them through? There's a couple things you want to do. First and foremost, if we're talking about a, you said tenant buyer. Okay, tenant buyer. Excellent. Tenant buyer meaning rent to own. This is so easy, guys. First of all, once again, I don't believe in the heavy lifting. I have a mortgage company that I work with. And every rent-to-own person who we deal with, rent-to-own buyer, we send that buyer application to that lender. And that lender tells us, Charles, we could get this person a loan in 1 month. Charles, we could get this person a loan in 6 months. Charles, we can get this person a loan in 12 months, provided we make these corrections with their credit. So I'm not trying to qualify the buyer to the extent of getting the loan. I'm letting my lender do the heavy lifting, my brother. So in other words, if you're going to be concentrating on rent-to-own deals where you're dealing with tenant buyers, one of your team members is a mortgage company. And a mortgage company that is used to dealing with tenants who have problem situations, as well as regular A-rated tenants or A-rated buyers. That's the type of mortgage company you want on your team. Now, to go to the 100-foot view, of course, you're going to use all the FHA qualifying guidelines for this tenant. You're going to also use all the actual details when it comes to checking the verification of income, checking the verification of rent, checking verification of employment. You can do all these things that you normally do when you're bringing in a tenant in a tenant to buy situation, also as a tenant situation. But the key is I'm not doing them. I'm letting my mortgage broker, who's part of my team, do all that work. That's why it's all so important to choose the best members of your team. And now you can multiply yourself so that you're not working and wearing all the hats in this process. Great question. Okay. Did I miss any questions? If I haven't answered your question so far, put it in there right now, because I'm at the, man, we got hundreds of questions here, guys. So I may have missed one or two. So if I missed your question, please put it in, because I'm not going to be satisfied to answer each and every question. And then I'm going to spend the rest of today with my wife. Also, I want to make sure you guys, here's a matter, I'm going to be doing a free workshop coming up on how to use YouTube marketing in your business. If you want access to that free workshop, hold on a second, let me pull it up for you. All you have to do is head on over to my Facebook page and click on this post right here. I'm going to show you the post, guys. I'm going to show you the post. Give me a minute. I'm going to pull it up. Click on that post right there and leave a comment. Now look at it. I already have 216 people that wants to be on this free training that we're going to be announcing real soon. So to get your name on this free training, all you have to do is head on over to my Facebook page and put your information in here. Just put your actual name. Yeah, put a comment, Charles, I want to attend. And I will send you the information as soon as we make it public. The actual free virtual event on how to rule your competition with YouTube videos. Now, here's my YouTube account. So I'm not talking bullcrap here, guys. You're talking to somebody that got over 700 videos on YouTube. You're talking to somebody that has almost 300,000. I'm gonna say it again. Almost 300,000 views, close to 10,000 subscribers. So I'm not somebody that just learned YouTube last week. I do YouTube marketing. My company do YouTube marketing with some of our clients. We help our mastermind students when it comes to YouTube marketing. And I use it every day at our business to generate leads. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can do it in your business too. Just come on over to this page on Facebook and leave a comment. Now, let's go. Your boy is getting his mouth a little bit dry. Let's see. Thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Water to qualifying, good for a good contractor. Action partners, if you leave a question in my YouTube channel, I will actually send you my questionnaire, or should I say my cheat sheet, that show you all the questions I ask contractors, all the questions I ask attorneys, title companies, real estate agents, and so on. I'll give you my cheat sheet with all those questions that you ask those individuals. Let's see. Do you know of any banks? I already answered that one. Look like we're all clear there. Do you think of Boca Raton and Fort Lauderdale, Florida markets? Not really. Don't know that much about Boca Raton other than my wife and I love traveling there and vacationing. But I think there's opportunities definitely down there. Actually, we rented a house in Boca Raton when we had a mastermind event before we went on our cruise. And it's fantastic in that area. I just haven't done anything in Boca Raton other than renting in that area. We rented a pretty big house down there. Let's see. Is there anything on YouTube? Nope. Is there any more questions on Facebook? I think Facebook looks all clear. I'm looking to do deals more creative and not leave money on tables. Do you offer mentorship? Timothy, yes, I do offer mentorship. You could just basically reach out to me as a DM. I don't want to make this a commercial, so reach out to me DM wise and I'll send you that information. Just send me a message on Facebook. What other questions do we have? How much is Clipfolio? See, all of my stuff comes out automatically each month. My wife handles all of the actual financial stuff from our company. I think Clipfolio is only, I'm guessing, I think it's $29 or $39 a month. I have to get with my wife because she gets all the bills, all the stuff, tools and stuff we use in our system. She handles all of that. I think it's $29 or $39 a month, if I'm not mistaken, Ron. Let's see. Any other questions? I'm looking to do creative deals. I got you covered, Timothy. I already answered that one. Okay. I think we are heading down to the finish lines. I'm not seeing any more questions. Now, when I get to the point where I'm not seeing any questions, guys, I'm going to do the going once, going twice, going 3 times. So, with that being said, I'm going to check on YouTube. Is there any questions on YouTube? Let's see. YouTube looks empty right now as far as questions wise. Let's see. Oh, I see a couple more. That was a question I already answered. Let's see. I think Adrian asked for questions. For full guts, do you need to market to buyers to buy the vacants next door, or should I just focus on the one? That's a great question. Should I worry about the property next door if I'm dealing with a full gut rehab and there's a property next door that's really needs to be rehabbed, that's boarded up? It depends on the situation. Most of the time, almost all the time, I'm going to say yes, because it's going to impact your situation with the house you're buying and the house you buy next door. Now, fortunately, in Maryland, if you're doing a rental, you can rent a property that has a vacant, that has a board up next door of Section 8. You can do that. But the question is you're going to get a high quality tenant, or tenant is it going to be more desirable than a property that doesn't have a board up? I would say no, it's not going to be as desirable as a property that doesn't have a board up. So in most cases, if I'm buying a property and there's a board up next door, I'm going to try and attempt to buy the property next door as well, to try to make it a situation where it's seamless with me renting or selling that property, because it could negatively impact the sale or rental of my property. Let's see. How do you go about finding the right attorney to draw your contracts from or offers? I found my attorney about 4 years ago, and I just reached out to him and interviewed him. Like I said, I have a cheat sheet that tells you what questions you want to ask, and those questions will let you know if you're dealing with a good real estate investor attorney that it's good to work with. Like I said, if you want to find out the information for my attorney, or my questionnaire that I use to ask questions, you can send me an email at charles@chuckybuyluckyhouses.com. That's charles@chuckybuyhouses. No, I'm getting confused. charles@chuckybuyluckyhouses.com. That's charles@chuckybuys, BUYS, lucky, LUCKY, houses.com. And anything that I told you guys I would give you, if you want to send me an email address to that email address, you can, and I'll make sure you get it from that email address as well. charles@chuckybuyluckyhouses.com. Let's see. Okay, we got everything covered on YouTube. I'm going to now close out and see what we got. No more questions on Facebook. Everything looks good there. And let's see on my Facebook homepage. It looks like everything is great there. You notice I say there, guys, even though I know it's there. That's my Baltimore accent. Please forgive me. Interesting in virtual training. Alice, interested in virtual training. I got a whole video on my YouTube channel, guys. If you head over to my YouTube channel, I did a whole video training on how to hire. As a matter of fact, let me pull it up right now and show you. I told you guys, I got over 400 videos on my YouTube channel. So you should definitely be actual subscribe to my channel. And let me find that actual training on working with virtual assistants. Where is it? Is it? Let's see. Here you go. Real deal virtual meetup. How to navigate. No, that's the one on COVID-19. You know, when you're trying to find something, it's so hard to find. Wholesale. Where are you at? I know it's on this section up here somewhere. Q&A. That. Let me go to all videos. Let's go to all my video because I'm going to find this one for you because it's a whole training that I did on working with virtual assistants, hiring virtual assistants, the whole 9 yards. It's in here. It's on here. Videos. It was a live video, so let me go here. It's right. Let's see. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here it goes. How to hack your real estate investing business. It's this one right here. How to hack your real estate investing business. And it covers how you work with virtual assistants, from hiring them, how to find them, how to get workers at $2 an hour. I mean, this video, how to hack your real estate investing business. And let me pull it up on the screen for you, so you can see exactly what it looks like. This is the video. How to hack your real estate investing business to train, hire, and work with virtual assistants. That's the video right there, guys. It'll tell you how to work, and I give the information away for free, $99. Okay. Let's see. Is there any other questions that I have not covered? Let's see. Is there any other questions your boy have not covered? Let's see. Facebook. I think we got everything covered there. All the Facebook pages look like we got everything covered there. All right, everybody. This is Charles Blair, the Mad Scientist, and your boy is signing out. Where's my beautiful wife at so we can say goodbye to everybody? Is my wife in there? She must not be in there right now, guys. So I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate each. Okay, I got 2 questions. How many VAs do you have working for you in your business? Right now, I got about 9 VAs that's I would call full-timers, and somewhere around 5 or 6 that I use on job-by-job basis, and I have about 170 house hunters. Those are interns, house hunters that send me leads from the 6 different markets that I'm in. Joe also wants to know, thank you, Charles. Thank you, Tammy. And what is your structure you have within your business to manage everyone? I use Podio to manage all of my team members. I'll show you guys that one day when we get some other time. One of my videos to talk about Podio, I even show you how I structure my business up inside of that video. So take a look at that video. It'll show you how I structure my video, how I structure my team. Thank you, guys. If this was some good information, now that I'm about to leave, give me some hearts. Give me some love. Let me know it was some good information. Let me know that you appreciate it. My wife and I will always be here to help you guys. I told you, it's our goal to help 1,000 investors this year to realize their success in real estate investing. So if this would have been some good information, if you want me to continue to do meetings like this, if you want to be a part of that free event that I'm doing on YouTube marketing, give me some likes, give me some hearts. Let me know you enjoy this. This is your boy signing out. Take care. And I'll see you guys. I appreciate the love. Bye-bye.